Hi, this is Unit 1925. This is Part 2, Identifying the Program Required. So, the program required for your boarding students. And when you're identifying the program required for your boarding students, you're going to get information from different sources. And typically this will be the student, the parent, your boarding environment, the school, and the student's past school and the student's community. Question 11 asks, where can you get the information to make a decision about the program required? Okay, if you're going to work out the program required, you're going to need to access a range of documents. And these are documents like the student's application form, the health form that comes with the application form or any other health forms, the screening forms, incident reports from the school, and any other reports or referrals from the school. Question 12 asks, what documents have you been able to access as part of your role, and tick any of these that you've accessed within the last term. You can also generate documents, and you would do that typically by interviewing the parent, the past school, past teacher, the student, any other people who are relevant to the student, and you can generate documents from those interviews. Now this can be a formal process where you use an interview, or you might use a questionnaire, or it could be something informal where you're just using say a phone call and taking notes from a phone call or an email. There are certain protocols that you must follow if you're accessing student data. You need to have the permission of your head of boarding, and often the parent, and sometimes the student as well if the student's over 18 years old. And you need to make sure that these are consistent with your school's policies and procedures, and also consistent with the Australian privacy principles. Question 13 asks, what 3 protocols must you follow if you're accessing student documents? So in identifying the program required to meet the needs of the young person, we need to work out, is this young person at risk of harm, and particularly immediate or urgent harm, and that could be something like them harming themselves through self-harm or suicide, or it could be something like harming somebody else through assault. And a young person can also be at risk of urgent harm if they have a health condition, through rheumatic heart fever, asthma, diabetes, or some sort of health condition like that. And if a young person is at risk of immediate harm, then we need to manage that immediately. When looking at the risk of harm, we need to try and identify if the young person is at risk now, if they're involved in behaviours that put themselves at risk, if they're likely to be at risk in the future, how likely is it that they are at risk of harm, how serious will the consequences be, and how we can manage that risk. And so question 14 asks us to describe a situation when a student is at risk of harm. So if you're wanting to access an existing program to meet the needs of your students, there are lots of existing programs around. So how do you find out about those? One of the best ways is just to contact and talk to other boarding providers, see what they're using. Another way is just to go onto the internet and search for these, but you will find a range of other programs. So question 15 asks to identify 3 programs on resilience and work out which is the best one of these and why. So you have a choice. You can develop and implement your own programs, or you may identify a program delivered by another organisation, and this organisation would come to your boarding residence and deliver the program, or you may take students to their location to be a part of this program. And you've got things like the mental health programs from BU or Beyond Blue, resilience programs from the Resilience Project, and more resilience programs from Friends Resilience. You've got resilience, alcohol, other drugs and road safety programs from SEDRA. You've got self-awareness, increased self-confidence and social functioning from the Rock and Water program. Leadership programs from FYA, Foundation for Young Australians. Youth Central in Victoria have got careers, managing money and driver's licence programs. You've got youth empowerment programs from the YMCA. Rotary Youth have leadership, road safety, resilience, self-esteem and careers programs. Outward Bound have a program to develop confidence and self-esteem. And then you have programs like Big Sisters and Big Brothers, and these are empowering, belonging, self-worth programs through mentoring. So there's lots of different programs that are available. So this is the end of part 2, identifying the program required. Don't forget the practical assessment 19.2. Thank you.